Hey, good evening, everybody. Be with you guys in just a moment. Just finishing up sending information over to National Weather Service. All right, guys. So, good evening. Um, Welcome to our seemed like 100th episode of Subby's Weather Talk. We do have a line of storms. I think it's just going to clip likely the northern part of west central Missouri. But the main threat here, obviously, is going to be strong straight line winds tonight. They do have some over 75-mile-an-hour winds going through Grain Valley, up here, Blue Springs, Lee Summit, Buckner, down through Belton, Cleveland, Lewisburg, and Lynn Valley. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning out right now for Jackson, also for Cass, for northwestern Johnson, and southwestern Cass. And of course, it's going to clip just a little bit of Bates County too, up in the northwest portion of Bates County. And again, this is going to be for strong straight line winds. The tornado threat is really almost non-existent right now. This is mainly a big push for strong straight line winds. Hi, MH. Jordan, we're not going to talk about third and fourth right now, buddy. We're going to talk about this line of severe storms. Hi, Jeff and Michelle. Lucky, good evening. Hi, Melinda. Beverly. Hi there. So, we do have another. So basically, it's an addition to this severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be for central Cass, northwestern Bates County, a little bit bigger of a section. So they're just going little increments out ahead of it. This thing is really trucking along right now. So I am going to change this over here real quick. We're going to put, so I can do some times on this. So these are 29, 40, 33, 49 miles per hour. So let's do a storm track on this. Well, the reason why the tornado siren's going off likely, actually, is because they put the WEA going out for that area, Lee Summit, and I'll tell you right now why. You have over 80-mile-an-hour winds going through Jackson and northern Cass County right now. Let's see here. Let me jump back over here. So we had an 84-mile-an-hour gust at Lee Summit Airport. So your WEA alerts are coming in. A lot of your phones are probably going off on your cell phones up around Lee Summit, Oak Grove area, up near Grain Valley for those winds right now. In Lexington, yep, Katie, that's exactly right. So Lafayette County down right now. Let's take a look at these winds here real quick. And of course, we're going to get into a lot of trouble here because we're so close to the radar site. Let me jump over to base, see if it's any better. Not really. So it's really tough. We're so close to the radar site right now. But we've got a very destructive thunderstorm, 80-mile-per-hour winds. And this is from a line extending from Sibley to near Lee Summit to near Cleveland, moving east at 45. These are destructive storms for Lee Summit, Blue Springs, Lake Oak Grove, and Point to the east. 89 miles per hour winds have now been observed at the Lee Summit Airport weather station. So very, very dangerous winds associated along the leading edge of this line of storms right now. You should have no problem tonight, Justin. No severe weather your way. Yes, they are going toward Warrensburg, Nicole. So, it kind of, right now, I'd be surprised if maybe they didn't extend that severe thunderstorm watch maybe for another tier of counties, maybe for Henry, Bates, maybe Pettis. It's getting further and further away, but if we can kind of tell by the speed of this line of storms, if it picks up a little bit, then we know it's picking up a little bit of speed. We know that the winds are going to be a little bit stronger, and they might go ahead and put a severe thunderstorm watch out. But as fast as this is moving, they'll likely just go with the warnings as it continues to trek off to the east. So let's put a timestamp on this. We're going to use about 40 miles per hour as the average speed. Let's take a look here. Those are going east. Let's see here. Those are moving east. Okay. So let's just do this. We got that, and that, and we're gonna move this out to about right here. We're gonna go 38 miles per hour average. All right, so this is gonna put Kingsville 922, East Lynn 924, Bates City at 925, Harrisonville 928. Holden 929, Odessa 931, Garden City 936, Centerview 939, Blairstown 944, Creighton 945, Archie 946, Chehaui 947, Warrensburg at 948, Urick 951, Higginsville 952, Adrian 955, Post Oak 955, Leeton 958, Ballard 958, Knob-Noster 1001, Whiteman Air Force Base 1002, Germantown 1008, Clinton at 1010, Calhoun 1010, Montrose 1012, Windsor 1013, Deepwater 1019, Tightwad 1027, Sedalia 1030, and Arrow Rock at 1055. So this right here in blue right here, guys, is kind of the direction this is going. It is, like I said, it's moving at about 40 miles per hour. Right now it's in a line stretch from Green Valley down to Belton and then down to, looks like Miami County right now. Power out at Lee Summit. So all those locations everybody's asking about, I just did the timetable on that. Boy, Caleb, we've had a heck of a season, hadn't we? Mercy, mercy, mercy. But again, guys, this is one small line of storms that is picking up. It has some tremendous amount of wind out ahead of it right now. Don't know, John. That's what we're staying on here for, buddy. So it's just this one little line of storms that's producing these winds that are moving off to the east. So I still have 87 degrees with a 74-degree dew point. So we've got plenty of heat and humidity. These things, that's what's going to be driving this line of storms. It's out and away from the front right now. So it depends on how long it can last by just surviving on the warm, moist air that's around it in front of it. So we'll just have to see how far. We don't know, Missy. We don't know, Holly. And again, guys, I can't predict on what this thing is going to continue to do. So we have a line of storm that's moving to the east. I just did a time check on this for all the areas out ahead of it. So we're going to watch this line of storms as it move off to the east and see if it's going to hold up its intensity through the course. Right now, it doesn't look like it's weakening any at all right now. So let's check over here. So the problem that we're having right now, guys, is the fact that we're right here in this green dot. That's Pleasant Hill. So if we're being so close to the radar site, we're getting a lot of propagation of the radar beam. So it's not picking up a true sense of what's going on from a wind field direction. So we're going by like the wind report in Lee Summit. We're going to get a wind report here, probably just a little bit from Pleasant Hill, and they're going to use those as the guide for warnings going out ahead of it. Regular radar does a pretty good job of keeping up with it, so we'll continue to watch this. We're just going to have to watch this and see. Let me look here real quick. See if there's anything. Tons of damage coming in from this, guys. We're talking tons of damage. Riverside, they've got some celebration going on, I guess, up there. Riverside, tents down everywhere out at Riverside right now. So Oak Grove, the emergency manager at Oak Grove, and again, reiterating what she said earlier, the outdoor warning sirens are going off for the 89 mile per hour winds at Lee Summit. So that is the reason why Oak Grove decided to go ahead and sound their outside sirens. Lynn County, Missouri, Meadville does not have any power. The entire town is out, and they had 2.1 inches of rain, and that's just on the other side of the state line. So right now we are look like Lake Lotawana down to Greenwood, Lake Winnebago, Coleman. It's just going through Peculiar right now down to Freeman, down to Drexel, and down to Lynn Valley College. Those where the strongest of the winds are at right now. Maybe even just up here toward Richland too. Lexington, Henrietta, pretty strong winds coming out. A little Boeing segment right there. So again, guys, Oak Grove, you guys are you are having your outdoor sirens going off because of the 89 mile per hour wind gusts at Lee Summit. Lake Lotawana, you're getting hit right now. Greenwood, Beltman, Raymore, the line have pretty much passed you guys. You guys are kind of in the clear on that warning right now. Peculiar, you're just now getting hit. Freeman, you're just now getting hit. It's going at a pretty good clip right now. goes all the way down into Lacine. So I do expect more warnings to come out of this. One thing I am kind of noticing, this northern line, say from Belton north up toward Richmond, still showing signs of strengthening. Showing signs of strengthening. But this southern branch right down here from Belton down to the south, you guys remember me talking about this. You see this little blue line out here? So that little blue line is the gust front. Okay, you'll probably have 40, 50 mile an hour winds associated with that gust front. Typically, you begin to see this on radar when the cells are beginning to weaken. The wind is pushed out and away in front of the storm, and then when the storm comes over that cool air, it begins to pretty much choke itself out, is what it does. So this is definitely something that we'll be watching, of course, as it comes into southern Cass and northern Bates County. We'll see if this line holds up. The northern line from Belton up to Richmond is still going strong, but we're going to kind of really watch this area. And it could not be picking up all of the radar returns since we are so close to Pleasant Hill, too. So we can't go to another radar site, unfortunately. They're just not a good one to see. We can show Topeka. It does a decent job. Let's see if it does handle velocity. It's right on the edge of the ring where the velocity radar will go out to, so it doesn't give us a representation of what is going on along the leading edge of that line. So we're just going to have to wait until this line gets past Pleasant Hill, and we can kind of see a true rendering of what this line of storms is doing. Yeah, we have a shot. We have a shot of more storms overnight tonight, but I think this is going to really kind of stabilize the atmosphere once we get this line through our area. So if you're getting the storms now, it's really going to stabilize out the air for tomorrow morning. But it's like give one up to gain another. So we might not get storms in the morning, but that's just going to allow enough time for the atmosphere to destabilize for tomorrow afternoon and have another shot of severe storms tomorrow afternoon. It could be. Sirens could be going off. Let me see. So we have tree down, power pole broken in Polo and Hamilton, Missouri. Let's see what else we got going on here. Lynn County, tons of power outages and power lines down. So do not see anything where Green Valley has their outdoor sirens going right now. The only place I knew of was Oak Grove. Hi, Julia. That's good, Jonathan. And again, guys, we're likely not going to we're not going to have too much to worry about. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning, guys. They're going to extend the northern part of this line, including Higginsville, Warrensburg, Holden, Northwest Johnson County, and then of course Lafayette County up through Richmond, Waverly, Higginsville, Concordia, Warrensburg, Holden. You might as well consider yourself in this as well. So we have a new severe thunderstorm warning, 70 mile per hour winds, considerable damage threat. Now they will not set off the sirens for this. It's going to be likely for 80 mile an hour or greater. So you will not hear the sirens, but let's read what they say. Severe thunderstorm warning for northern Cass, southeastern Ray, southwestern Carroll, Lafayette County, southeastern Jackson County, northwestern Johnson County, and west central Missouri. 914 severe thunderstorms located along a line extending from near Richmond to near Odessa to near Peculiar, moving east of 45. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, radar indicated. So, again, guys, we're not talking about tornadic storms tonight. We're talking about strong straight-line winds. No hail, even though you might maybe get a little pea size. We're talking straight-line winds. This is a linear style line of storms. We don't have to worry about tornadoes here. But we do have to worry about very destructive straight line winds. Radio going off again. They could have extended it over here a little further east on the south end of the line. Let's see what happens. Power out in Plattsburgh. Lots of damage up in Clay County. Okay, I'd say that that was for this new warning over here we just read off. My weather radio went off, but I do think this was part of this. Let's check out wind speeds on this right now. Pleasant Hill is getting some very strong winds right now. Being that close to the radar site, they're getting at least 60-mile-an-hour winds. But from Harrisonville south right now, I am not seeing. I'm seeing some very gusty winds. Don't get me wrong.
The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay, so there's the new severe thunderstorm warning. I'd say because it's so close to the radar site, they're just going to go ahead and err to the side of caution, probably for 60, 70-mile-per-hour winds. This is going to be for southern Cass, northern Bates, and northwestern Henry County in Missouri. So let's read what it says. 70-mile-per-hour winds, considerable damage threat. So this is going to be for southeastern Miami, northeastern Lynn, Cass County, northwestern Henry County, northern Bates County, southwestern Johnson County, all in west central Missouri. 918 severe thunderstorms located along a line extending from Lake Winnebago to 6 miles south of Freeman to 6 miles north of Pleasanton, moving east now at 55 miles per hour. So it is kind of picking up a little bit of speed. The faster this line goes, it might, the storm, how do I want to say, the storm algorithm hasn't really changed. The ingredients in the storm hadn't changed, but the outflow that's propelling this line of storms is increasing. So you get higher wind speeds. So let's go ahead and peg this out here real quick for you guys. All right. So on the southern half of the line, we're talking Adrian 932. Garden City, 933. East Lynn, 935. Creighton, 941. Lucas 945, Urick 945, Blairstown 947, Holden 948, Norris 951, Chehaui 953, Post Oak 959, and Bowmansville at 10:02. That's for the southern half of this storm. Let's go the northern half of this storm. So this is going to be Odessa 933, Concordia 956, Sweet Spring 10:06, and Kretcher at 10:13. Mainly rural areas on the northern side here. But Holden, Warrensburg, you're also in this as well. Let's just get out ahead of this here real quick. So looks like Kingsville 932, Pittsville 938, Warrensburg 953, and Valley City at 10:01. Starting in Pleasant Hill now. I'll be interested to see what they get. And we really need to take a look at Bates County down here. Bates County? Oh, Bates City. There we go. All of Bates City is without power. Okay, so looks like right here, if you're in Pleasant Hill, who just said they're in Pleasant Hill? Mary. You might, if you have a basement, Mary, you might go into the basement right now. If you're in Pleasant Hill, they put out a possible downburst, which is similar to a microburst with 80-mile-per-hour winds associated in Pleasant Hill. So if you're in Pleasant Hill, Mary, you might go ahead and, oh, good. I'm glad you're down there. So it's really tough to see, but right over Pleasant Hill, there is a downburst signature with up to 80-mile-per-hour winds right over Pleasant Hill. So I'm glad you're in your safe spot. All right, just a quick recap, guys. We have a single line of storms right now we're concerned with, running from Richmond down to southern Cass County. So it's as far as Bates County goes, Archie, you're gonna get hit with those winds. Adrian, you're gonna be right on borderline. But I think that's about as far south as we're gonna see those damaging winds. I think Butler, Rich Hill, Appleton City, you guys are likely going to be okay. I have a feeling we'll probably see this trek just a little bit northerly as well to match up with what the winds behind it are doing. Because of that, I think it's going to be moving east with just a little bit of a northerly kick to it. So, Clinton, we should be okay. But we'll see. Make sure this line doesn't extend any further south. Oh, you bet, Cheryl. My pleasure. So Donna, you're getting ready to get those winds here in about 5 minutes. If you're not already starting to feel some of those winds out there ahead of this line. So be prepared for up to 60-mile-per-hour winds right here at Archie. Odessa, Lake Lafayette, Lone Jack, you're getting ready to get hit hard. Pittsville, Elm, Kingsville, Strasburg, Holden, Gun City, Eastland, Garden City. You guys are going to be coming under the gun here in the next 15 minutes. No, I don't think so, Terry. I think for the most part, if anything, it might just have a little bit of a northerly tilt to it, and the reason I say that is because I take a look at the wind behind this line, and that's what's helping. You know, you got the inflow rushing into this line of storms, and there's a little bit of a southwesterly wind that is pushing this line. So I think it's gonna move east. It's gonna continue to trek east, but it's gonna have just a little bit of a northerly tilt to it. So I really think Clinton, Butler, Appleton City, I think we're gonna be okay from the strongest of these winds. Any rotation near Archie? No rotation. We're going to be just straight line winds tonight. So these and really there at Archie, you had a pretty good little gust front come through probably already in Archie. But yeah, this is going to be mainly a straight line wind event, guys. There's those winds up here just coming through Pleasant Hill right now. This has already been past them. 72 miles per hour had just gone through Pleasant Hill. Downtown Pleasant Hill. Well, Amy, there might be, maybe even if there was a wall cloud, there's no lower level rotation, so it's not rotating. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing tonight. We're talking just strictly straight line wind event for tonight. But 80, 90 mile per hour, that's as much damage as what a small EF0, EF1 tornado will do. So we still need to pay close attention to these straight line winds, guys, as they still have a considerable damage threat assessment on these cells along the leading edge of this line of storms. So we definitely need to be paying attention. I think so, Candy. I think as far as Clinton goes, this line of storms will likely just barely clip parts of Henry County. And like I said, these are moving east, but they have a little bit of a northerly tilt to them because of the backing wind behind it. So, but yeah, very, very strong winds, though, if you're out ahead of that line. Absolutely, Christine. Yes, that includes you on O Highway, Janet. We're just going to have to see if they continue due east or if they're just going to kind of start to tilt up to the north just a hair. All right, let's take a look here. So it looked like Odessa, Lone Jack. You're getting hit with those winds right now at Lone Jack. Strasburg, Kingsville, Holden, Eastland, Archie, you're next. And looked like maybe part of Adrian might get clipped by the southern edge of this line of storms. Like I said, the biggest threat right here is going to be for up to 70 mile per hour straight line winds. It's moving 50 miles per hour, Nicole, so it's not going to last long. Will you show the line if this starts to move northerly again? I guess I don't know what you're asking, Natalie. Will you show the line if it starts to move north? Oh, I see. I see. You mean like a timeline about when it will affect somebody? The line. It will. Yes, yes, I will. I most definitely will. Right now, everything is moving nearly due east. I'll show you guys. Let's go back, say 21 frames. Let's put this in motion. So it is moving east, but I don't know if you can tell. I can kind of tell, but I know what I'm looking for. But you guys see that little bit of a northerly tilt? And that's because the wind behind it is pushing it that way from the southwest. So, it's still looking like we plopped this out to the east, and we ought to be hitting everybody almost right on time. Hi, Andy. Well, it's gonna. This is gonna. If you're getting rain tonight, it's gonna destabilize the atmosphere quite a bit. So we might not have to worry too much about severe storms tomorrow morning. However, when you give in to that, you're also going to set yourself up for a longer period of time to destabilize for tomorrow afternoon as this front again moves back through our area. We're talking about kind of a stalled front that is just kind of coming through us. We get cool one day, rain, and then we get up to 100, and then we drop back down. I mean, it's just going back and forth like that for the last 3 days. So we have a chance for severe storms tomorrow afternoon, and probably our best chance of seeing severe weather, unfortunately, is going to fall on July 4th in the afternoon. So we'll talk a little bit more about that after we get done with these storms tonight. You don't have to worry about opening anything up, Angie, tonight. I just seen your post. Um, you'll be fine at Adrian. And like I said, this line of storms is going to be pushing some strong winds out here, but 36. See if we get an update. No updates on this yet. Let me jump over here to chat. All right, so they had over 60 knots, so 65, 68 mile per hour at Pleasant Hill. So this is going to be coming into. We'll do another. Let's give it about another 5 more minutes, and we'll plot this out again, and let you guys know of a timetable. We kind of zoom out. You see, there's the intense line up here. This is along the front, and that's going up here North Kansas City, up across Chillicothe, Trenton, Kirksville, over towards Quincy and Hannibal. So these storms will be heading over to you in Hannibal. You did ask a question on that here just a little bit ago. Somebody did. Let's see here. Zeldin, I believe it was you that asked. Will Hannibal get bad weather? So you're not under a watch. Yeah, you are. You're right on the edge of a severe thunderstorm watch. So these storms will be making its way over to you. Biggest threat, same thing we're dealing with right now. Strong straight line winds to 70 miles per hour or greater. So that's what we're dealing with here in west central Missouri this evening. So again, we still have another 9 minutes left of the southern half of this line of storms. That includes Harrisonville, Archie, over toward almost Warrensburg, Holden, And then we have another 9 minutes also on the northern side of this line. So I'll be anxious to see what they're gonna do. Still some very strong winds coming into Long 50 Highway. If you know anybody, think anybody that's going to be out traveling 50 Highway, make sure they know what is going on here, because there's still some very, very strong winds. Let's jump over here at base velocity. Let's see, this is a little bit closer to ground level. 60 to 74 miles per hour. Looks like that's really from just southeast of Lone Jack down to Kingsville and coming into Holden. Moving off to the east. Let's see here. The bottom half of this line. Strong wind, but nothing like what we're seeing up there. We're seeing anywhere 35 to 50 miles per hour is what we're seeing over here. Let's see here, coming into Garden City. So look like right now anyway, guys, the strongest part of this cell is going to be right here. Right in that blue circled area. And that's going to be running almost parallel to 50 Highway and eventually make its way over toward the Warrensburg area. Concordia, Warrensburg, Knobnoster. That seems to be the strongest part of this line of storms right now. Liberty, you bet, Bryson. Maybe, if I can find it. I've been to Liberty several times and I can't find it. There it is, right there. You're actually in just the light rain right now, Bryson. Just the light rain. Actually, there's nothing threatening anywhere around you. These storms are moving east. These storms are moving east, so you're in good shape right now in Liberty. Hi, Tyler. Yeah, it looks like you're going to have some big winds coming in, probably here in the next 25, 30 minutes, if they continue. We'll let this update here real quick. See if I can find a cell marker. Moving 29, 33. Slow down a little bit. Alright, so the line of storm slowed down a little bit. Holden 945, Centerview 957, Blairstown 1002, Chehaui 1004, Garden City 1006, Warrensburg 1008, Creighton 1009, Post Oak 1013, Urick 1013, Shawnee Mountain at 1015, Leeton 1016, Knobnoster at 1023, Whiteman Air Force Base at the same time, 1023, Windsor 1033, Lamont 1036, Green Ridge 1039, and Hughesville at 1049. Hi, Clarissa. Nothing for Sedalia, hun. You're good to go in Sedalia. Hi, Andrea. I think so. Yeah, I really think Adrian. Let me get that line out of there. Adrian down through Clinton, over to Lincoln, over to Versailles. I'd say right now that area is, you are not going to be affected by this line of storms. Basically, let's go. So really in between here, and it's likely by the time it gets past Warrensburg, once it gets over here to like the Johnson and Lafayette and Johnson, Pettis, once it gets down to this line, it's likely going to be probably really puffing out by that time. But we'll just have to wait and see. I think Tightwad's good to go, Marion. I think you're good to go. There are some thunder showers out behind this, but we lost the heat of the day. This line that we have coming through right now is basically just being driven by our warm temperatures and juicy air. That's what's driving it right now. Because it's already established, the lifting mechanism is quite a ways away. It's kind of feeding on itself right now. Okay, so we do see now on the northern part of the line, it's starting to get a nice little gust front up there as well. See, we didn't see that on the northern half of this line earlier. We did on the southern line. So maybe this line is beginning to show signs still that it's beginning to weaken, maybe not as strong. But we'll kind of wait. We have 2 minutes left on both of these severe thunderstorm warnings, and we'll see what...
The National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay, so they're going to go ahead and include the town of Clinton in it. They're going to go northern Henry County across here is what it looked like. Let's see here. Actually, they're continuing this. So they might do an extension of this severe thunderstorm warning down here to the south. Oh, that 9:39, that was about 5 minutes ago. Till 9:45. Well, it shows it's going to expire in 1 minute. We'll have to see what the National Weather Service decides. Alright, so they did extend it out a little bit. And the reason why they're doing this, guys, I believe, is because they think it's going to start weakening. But, so they did extend this out just a little bit further. This is going to be for 60 mile per hour winds now. And it expires in 30 minutes. Let's read what it says. This is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Cass, northwestern Henry, northern Bates, southern Carroll, western Saline, Lafayette County, Johnson County, and west central Missouri until 10:15. Severe thunderstorm located along a line extending from near Carrollton to Oak Grove to near Adrian, moving east at 45 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So it still looks like it's moving almost due east with a northerly tilt to it. So Clinton, I think we're still going to get a little bit of that gust front, maybe drop our temperatures a few degrees, which I'm not going to argue about. But for the most part, we'll be out of those heavy winds in Clinton. Warrensburg, you guys are going to be under the gun. Holden, Garden City, Archie, you're feeling it right now. And then eventually over to Urick and Creighton. Urick, you'll be right on the southern nose of this of this line of storms. So hopefully maybe it just skirts to your north there at your Higginsville, Higginsville, Quarter, Waverly along 24 Highway. Little Boeing segment out there. Probably have some close to 60-mile-per-hour winds associated with that right in this area. From Higginsville, Quarter, Alma to Waverly. Give me 1 second here, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Give me 1 second here. All right, give me one. Hi guys, sorry about that. My son just he came in through the front door and I forgot I locked it. All right, guys. Give me 1 second here, just trying to handle a couple things here. Yeah, the dog scared me too. All right. So we do have, all I'm doing is trying to keep our just trying to keep our chat back to normal again. I do apologize. Some spammer looked like coming out of YouTube was in there, kind of giving us a hard time. So I got that taken care of. All right. So again, another 25 minutes right now. Another 25 minutes left for this severe thunderstorm warning, and that's going to be in effect for Johnson County, northwestern Henry County, southeastern Cass County for the next 24 minutes for 60-mile-per-hour winds and maybe some small hail, but I'm not seeing any signs of any hail associated with this. Okay, looks like Archie, you're you're out of it right now. Garden City, you're coming into it along 7 Highway. Creighton, probably here in about another 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Look like it's going to skirt to the north of Urick. You guys are getting a little bit of that outflow winds right now. You'll get winds come through from the northwest for a short time before they'll switch back around to the southwest. Hi, Chastity. Um, yeah, it looked like Coal Camp, Lincoln, Warsaw. This should skirt just to your north with this line of storms. You were in your truck parked under Osage Orange Tree. Had to move it. Hate those dang things. Osage Orange Tree. I don't think so, Chastity. Um, there are some scattered thunder showers out here in eastern Kansas, but I really think once this line moves through, we're going to be done for the most part. Now, this line up here along the front right now is still going strong, moving off to the east. So north of Kansas City, they're still going to have the potential to see some stronger thunderstorms. They might not be severe, but I think once we get this line through us, and it is definitely weakening. Actually, we're starting to see, like right here at Chihowie, you see this little cell that's developing right here? It's developing right along that gust front. Okay, and it does that because that gust front is rain cooled air and it's serving almost just like its own little cold front. And then little storms will actually fire up along the leading edge of that gust front. So that's why we're seeing a few little cells popping out ahead of this gust front, because it's serving the focus of just like a cold front would. I think so, Donna. Probably some thunder showers later on through the night into in the morning. But because of this rain coming through, kind of destabilized the atmosphere. So I'm not really expecting much of the way of severe storms as we go to early morning. But I'll be keeping a close eye. I'll have to take a look at the data once this line of storms moves through. I have a feeling that all the short-term models and their data will kind of see how well that the atmosphere is recovering through the night. But it does look like we'll probably miss out on any severe weather in the morning. Tomorrow afternoon, that's a little different story. We can see another round of severe storms tomorrow afternoon. Up in northern Missouri, yeah, I was, take a, all these little, if you guys see these little positive. Okay, those little positive signs are all positive lightning strikes. Okay, so tons of it. Tons of lightning associated with this line of storms up here in northern Missouri and along the leading edge. Look at all this lightning over here that's gone through Jackson, Johnson, and Cass County. Tons of lightning associated with it. So again, the strongest winds right now, guys, that I see is really centered up here in Johnson County. Right up in here where you can expect anywhere between 50 to 60 mile per hour winds anywhere in that blue circle. So Holden, Warrensburg, along 50 Highway, let's see here, along 50 Highway, Centerview, Green Door, Fayetteville, Mount Olive, Valley City, and eventually it will make its way over toward Knob Noster, Concordia, Lamont, and I say by the time it gets over here in Pettis County, it's likely not going to be severe warned anymore, but we'll have to wait and see. There could be maybe a pocket or two of 60-mile-per-hour winds. Yes, Cassie. It has Miss Clinton. Hey, thanks for the super chat, sissy. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for supporting the room, sis. You keep it going. You keep it going. And again, I want to, if you are watching this from Storm Track 95.3 KDKD FM, if you are watching this from the Facebook page, I sure appreciate you tuning in tonight. This is what we like to do whenever there are severe storms in West Central Missouri. A lot of times Clay is down at the radio station. He is broadcasting live on the radio, and I am going to be actually doing a live stream here. Doing a live stream here, and so you guys can kind of get a sense of where the storms are, more of a visual representation of what's going on. George Early told me to watch you. You're doing great, man. Hey, thanks, Justin. Appreciate it. You bet, Donna. Ground wind is 5 miles per hour in Garden City. All right, well, you can go ahead and get out of the cellar now, Jeff. Heading to Columbia tomorrow. Columbia is also going to be in a slight risk. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at here for tomorrow. Tomorrow. So this is the FPC. I'm going to just bring this over here real quick and let you guys look here just for a minute. I do believe this line of storms is really weakening. We'll take a look here. So for tomorrow, this is the Storm Prediction Center threat assessment for tomorrow, and most of West Central Missouri is in that darker green shade. Okay, and that's a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. Kind of depending on how the atmosphere stabilizes tomorrow, if the sun comes out, if we're able to destabilize any tomorrow afternoon, we could see that slight risk move up into more of West Central Missouri, as well as maybe even an enhanced risk. But I do believe that our best chance to see any kind of severe weather will likely be on Thursday, on 4th of July, unfortunately. Hopefully it's out of here by around 9 o'clock on Thursday night. But right now we have the entire West Central Missouri under a slight risk, and they have already talked about upgrading that to an enhanced risk for severe storms, as that front is going to be parked right across West Central Missouri. So Thursday we'll definitely need to stay. We definitely need to stay weather aware on Thursday, guys. That's definitely what we. It's the holiday weekend. We've got lots of family over, outdoor activities. It's not going to be a washout, but we could have some storms in the afternoon that we need to pay real close attention to. And of course, I'll be watching them with you throughout the day. Hey, thanks, Fish. I appreciate that. If she's in Odessa, um, you make sure that she knows that she's good to go. She can get out of the closet, Gary. Okay? So, Odessa is in the clear. So, yeah, this line is really starting to break it up already. We can see that over here in Johnson County as these little cells are popping out ahead of that gust front. It's really kind of cool to see. Let me put this in motion. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Watch this gust front. You see all those thunderstorms forming right there on that gust front? So, very, very much like its own little gust or its own little cold front. So, I do believe this is going to kind of continue to weaken. We might have one or two little cells that might provide a focus for 60-mile-per-hour winds, but I have a feeling they're probably going to allow these thunderstorm warnings to expire. And that could be the last severe thunderstorm warnings here in west central Missouri for the night. But we'll have to wait and see. Oh, glad to have you, Gigafish from Blue Springs. You guys got rocked a little bit earlier. Jack, what are your thoughts on what time we'll see it tonight in Cold Camp? I don't think you'll see it in Cold Camp. This line is gonna, and what we kind of talked about earlier in the night is these storms are actually moving east, but if you notice, it has a northerly tilt to it. So as these storms push to the east, it kind of shifts them up just a little bit to the north because you have these winds coming in from behind pushing this line. Okay, and some of them are coming a little bit from the southwest pushing this line, so it's kind of moving a little bit to the north as well. So I think Clinton, you guys are gonna be good to go. You'll stay away from this line. Bowen, Windsor, you guys will likely not be in this line. By the time it gets over Sedalia, it's likely not going to be severe. And of course, Cold Camp, Lincoln, Warsaw, Lowry City, St. Clair County, you guys aren't going to be hit by this either. So we're going to watch the rest of the night. We'll watch any of these storms out here, but the atmosphere has been stabilized here over the last couple hours. We're already starting to see weakening storms, so I don't expect any more severe weather here in west central Missouri the rest of the night. My weather rock won't tell me it's raining tonight here in Leeton. Well, Christina, I thought that weather rock got flown away at the last storm. You couldn't find it. Yeah, I know, Gigafish, and I tell you, man, we're a small group, but I tell you, I wish every group of 8, 10 counties would have a place they can go to get more of a centralized weather forecast, especially during severe weather, winter weather, because even though we're not getting tornadoes or hurricanes, strong straight line winds, power outages. Man, we all need to know about that stuff, you know. And of course, they're not going to stay on TV because it's costing them thousands of dollars to stay on TV because they're not being able to run their syndicated shows. So, this is what we've been doing here over the last few years, and just kind of a tight-knit group here in west central Missouri. And we have a lot of friends and family up to the north and also down here to the south. And that's something I'm going to be working on here over the next few months, is trying to see how we can get more areas involved in some local forecasting. So I would love to be able to cover the Midwest, where we have like Missouri, Kansas, maybe eastern Nebraska, maybe northern Arkansas, part of Oklahoma, and have round the clock coverage of that area. And then we also have our small knit group here in West Central Missouri that we can always go live and talk about it here locally as well. So that's all coming down to shoot here, hopefully in the next few months. True, I'm waiting, man. I'm waiting for you to sit there and shoot me a message. How long have I been covering? Well, actually, I started Subby's Weather Talk about 6 years ago for some law enforcement friends to teach them how to use radar because they're the first responders sitting out there. They didn't know what app to use. So I started Subby's Weather Talk to teach them how to use Radar Scope and some of these mobile apps so that they're better prepared when they send them out to be a storm spotter, to be able to protect themselves and be able to relay information back and forth. And they started inviting a few people, and now here we are, almost 13,000 strong here in West Central Missouri. Destiny, you saved my outside furniture and plants every storm. Hey, hey, all right. If you love to learn radar, and I'll tell you guys, we got a lot of cool things planned coming up here over the next few months. So just this last spring, we was able to offer a storm spotter class. We brought down a couple meteorologists from Pleasant Hill. Before that, I personally put out a severe weather seminar. We talked about weather safety. We talked about radar, how to use radar. We had some great stories. We gave away free weather radios. So all of that's going to be coming back around. And actually, with me being emergency management also, we are actually get to go to the national summit this year. Me and my director Mark, we are going to be going to the national summit that this year is held up at Overland Park, Kansas. There's going to be seminars going on for 3 days on storm chasing, storm spotter, safety. There's going to be, if any of you guys follow these guys, Reed Timmer, Brandon Kopic, all of these kind of famous storm chasers, they're going to be showing off their cars. We're going to be learning new technology to be able to come home and share with you guys. So that's exciting as well. So we have several more of these little seminars planned as we go into 2025. Aerospace engineer, wow. Yeah, I thought differential equations was tough for meteorology. I can only imagine being an aerospace engineer, the physics and math you have to do in that. Oh, Pecos Hank, man, you ain't kidding, man. He's awesome. If anybody hasn't seen any YouTube videos or videos of him, definitely look him up. Very interesting character. There's a couple YouTube videos that shows his how he got started into storm chasing. He didn't start off being a storm chaser. But I'm not gonna ruin it for you. But you need to go in YouTube and check out some of his videos if you like storm chaser stuff. So, starting freshman high school this year, good deal. Thanks for the kind words, Karen. All right, so just a brief recap here, guys. We have what's left of this line of storms. It's going through Johnson County right now. It is definitely weakening. You can tell by just the radar bounces. It is really weakening as it continues to move. It's kind of choking out itself. So I don't think that they're going to be doing any kind of extension of this severe thunderstorm warning. Got another 4 more minutes left. and then I do believe they're going to go ahead and allow that to expire. I'm going to watch this line of storms as it goes into Pettis County, just to make sure that there's not a cell or two that reach that warning criteria. And remember, in order for a thunderstorm to turn severe, it's either have to have wind speeds in excess of 58 miles per hour or greater, 1-inch hail, which is the size of quarters, and or a Doppler indicated or a confirmed report of a tornado. That's what it takes for a thunderstorm to be severe. And this will likely fall just underneath of those standards. That's the reason why they will allow these warnings to go ahead and expire here in 3 minutes. And again, I do want to apologize. There was a guy that was doing a little. He was putting some. He was putting some inappropriate chat out there in the room. Unknown character from YouTube jumped in on the stream, thought he'd be funny, so of course I booted him out, deleted his comments. But anyway, I do apologize. We try to keep this a very family-friendly, oriented stream. You won't ever hear me cuss or say any inappropriate words here while we are streaming. So I want this to be able to be a stream that you can sit and watch with your kids. Let them learn about weather as well, as I do reach out programs to the schools during the springtime. I go to the schools, give them a talk. We do some experiments. I've been Independence all around West Central Missouri, been to the Kansas City School District. So that's a lot of fun. So we try to keep this family oriented, and I hope you wasn't offended by one man jumping in on the stream and kind of wrecking havoc there for about 3 or 4 minutes before I was able to boot him off. Oh yeah, he's just a troll. Just a troll. Well, Missouri, it does get forgotten when we start talking about severe weather. Many times, you know. Well, they went ahead and extended that severe thunderstorm warning, guys. That's going to be for the rest of Johnson and Sedalia. It is going to include Pettis County, so that's borderline. That's awfully borderline from what I'm seeing. But there is that pocket of. There is this pocket of winds right here. Looks like about right in here, where we have some maybe 60 mile per hour winds. I think they're kind of erring on the side of caution, which I don't blame them. I would too. Let's check base velocity. Boy, it's close. It's awfully borderline. So the reason why I say this a few times, but just a little bit of education. So we're looking at base velocity radar. So the reason I use the base velocity, and then you have high resolution velocity radar. Base radar is actually at a little bit lower of a level. When it sends the beams out from the radar, it's at a lower level, a little bit closer to the ground. Now, the further away you get from the radar site, the higher up in the atmosphere those beams are going. Why? Because the Earth is round. At least that is what most people consider, is the Earth is round and not flat. So the further away you get from the radar site, the higher up those beams go. So you might not be looking at ground surface. You might be looking at, say, 2,500 feet above ground surface. So you don't get a true indication of how fast the wind speeds are on the ground level. With base radar, it's about half that. So I like to look at base velocity when we're talking wind speed, straight line winds. It gives us a little bit better indication of how fast those winds are. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, Lee Summit. They got 89-mile-an-hour wind gusts at the airport. That was really when that line of storms really peaked. So let's jump back over here. A lot of questions. And again, like what I've been, kind of what I tell you guys, this line of storms right now from Warrensburg up to Marshall, all the way up to Brunswick. This line of storms has the potential up to 60 miles per hour. They're just little bitty pockets of those 60 mile per hour winds. Warrensburg, you're pretty much on the backside of this thing now. So Knob Noster, you're getting hit right now. Lamont, Houston, Sweet Springs, you guys are going to get some very gusty winds, possibly 50 to 60 miles per hour. Outside from this area, guys, everybody else here, I'm not expecting any more severe weather tonight. Green Valley, Kansas City, Overland Park, Belton, Harrisville, Butler, Appleton City, Clinton, Warsaw, Camp, Lincoln. All these areas here, if you're behind this line, I don't think we're going to see any more severe threat for the rest of the night. Now, there are some showers and some thunder showers that are out and about that, don't be surprised if you see a lightning flash, maybe a little rumble of thunder, but not expecting any more severe weather for the rest of the night if you're behind this line of storms. I don't think so, Brett. I think you're going to be sitting at about, maybe a 35, maybe a 40-mile wind gust. This is it right here. That's your gust front. So it's going over almost. Excuse me. I tried to mute it, but I couldn't get there fast enough. I'm trying to, that little green line, that's your gust front. It's coming through Bowen. Getting ready to come through Clinton. Hadn't gone through us yet. And then it'll come into Windsor, and then you'll probably get a brief thunderstorm, but I'm not expecting anything severe in Windsor at all. I try to mute my sneeze, guys. I try to. All right, going to check on National Weather Service. Looks like Oak Grove has 440 Evergy customers without power. So, for those of you that might not have been on here very long, let me show you something that we also have at our fingertips here in West Central Missouri. So we also have our website. It is www.subbysweathertalk.com. Tons of information on this, guys. I'm going to show you here. We go into winter weather info. I wish it was snowing. But we also have Evergy and Osage Valley power outage maps. So we're going to take a look at Evergy first. So right now, wow, they've got 36,289 people without power through Evergy. Most of them concentrated in this red box. Really, Overland Park, Kansas City Metro, over near Green Valley, Oak Grove, Lee Summit. That's where the bulk of those winds were tonight, was right in here. That's where the majority of those 36,000 people without power is coming from. And then we'll take a look at Osage Valley. Looked like they have 100 customers out in Cass County, up around the peculiar along I-49 just and Harrisonville. They have 100 customers out up there. So also on our site, you guys can see here. Also, we got my Subby's Facebook Live. Kind of switching that over. When you click on that, you will see that you will be on the KDKD 95.3. We are live. There is our live stream. Right there is what you're seeing. So we are doing live streaming on both the advisory page and 95.3 KDKD. The reason behind that, get the word out. That is the sole purpose of what we do here, is in this community-driven group, is to get the word out when there is severe weather in the area. So, but tons of information. I encourage you guys, and a lot of this, we've got some great things in store for mykdkd.com. That's centered right here in Henry County. We cover all the counties surrounding Henry County as well. So I encourage you guys, if you haven't, check out their Facebook page, check out their website page, as we are going to be doing some awesome stuff together here over the next few months as I begin my my new day job now as Chief Meteorologist and Forecaster for Radford Media Group, based here in Clinton, Missouri. All right, Gigafish, have a good one, buddy. Yeah, make sure you guys like that page. We're going to be doing some exciting new stuff with the web page and Facebook page. Liberty Utilities. You know, I could. Let's take a look here. I'll have to do a little looking on that for Liberty Utilities. I don't see it right off the bat on their website, but I will definitely check that out. Oh yeah, I'm still doing live streams. I'm doing live streams on YouTube, and we're also, of course, KDKD, and we are doing it, of course, on Twitter and Facebook. When I go live, I'm going live on like a dozen different streams. The more we can get information out to everybody in West Central Missouri, the better off we are. Hey, Destiny, I do believe Warsaw is in the clear for tonight. I don't think so. Sherry, I love the name. So, you made me chuckle on your name there a little bit, Sherry. No, I don't think so. I think our severe threat is probably going to be done behind this line of storms here. I'm going to continue to watch. We do have a chance to see some more thunderstorms in the morning. I don't think they're going to be severe, but that's going to kind of load the gun up for tomorrow afternoon. We could have another round of severe storms in West Central Missouri. Thanks, Alan. I sure appreciate it, buddy. You've been with me a long time here. I appreciate it. Hey, you too, Gigafish. Hey, come back to the stream and chat. I don't think so, Brett. Just some isolated showers and thunder showers. I don't think we're going to see anything severe. As we get closer to morning time, say like around the 6, 7 a.m., we're going to have to watch that because there's a chance, but I really don't think it's going to. What it's going to take for me to know is once we get done with this stream, I start taking a look at the data, and we see how well the atmosphere is going to be able to recover to produce any severe storms in the morning. It's likely not going to do it. But if we don't get those severe storms in the morning, it's just going to allow give the entire day to allow the atmosphere to destabilize for tomorrow afternoon to bring another round of storms, possibly strong storms, here into west central Missouri. So there are a lot of damage reports coming in from around the Green Valley, Oak Grove, Kansas City Metro, in that little pocket up there, as well as far north central Missouri, Trenton, Chillicothe, Chula, up in that area as well. But so far, there haven't been any kind of damage reports in Johnson County that I have seen come across the chat. The National Weather Service, the meteorologist that I'm in chat with right now, there hadn't been any damage reports coming in from Johnson County, Missouri. So hopefully those winds died down enough not to have a mess to clean up in the morning. Hi, Sandra. Karen, any idea how early in the afternoon tomorrow? Well, that's actually a really good question, because any of the models right now are not really taking consideration the rainfall and where the outflow boundaries are going to set up for tomorrow afternoon. So we can't really go by models right now because they're not giving a true indication of what's going to happen tomorrow afternoon. What we have to do is, once these storms go through, there's going to be weather balloons that's going to be lifted up overnight tomorrow morning. We're going to see some real-time data, and we're going to be able to see if the atmosphere can recover. It's likely going to be close to the heat of the day if they do. So I'm guessing between the 3, probably the 4 to 7 p.m. time frame. That's when the instability is going to be the greatest. So that's not saying we couldn't get some closer to 2 o'clock, but that's the most likely time frame, 4 to 7 tomorrow afternoon. But I'll have a better grasp on that in the morning, and I will be at KDKD. I will be continuing setting up my studio. We're probably still a few weeks, at least a couple weeks out before I'm going to be able to kind of be able to get out and about from KDKD, doing some streaming, doing some podcasts, so on and so forth. But I will be updating through the course of the entire day tomorrow West Central Missouri's weather. You bet, Brett. Smell heavy smoke in the area when I stepped out the door. There's a chance that could have been maybe from a lightning strike, maybe. Yeah, Kevin, I bet. Yeah, there was a Royals game tonight. Yeah, I typically always watch it, but some reason there was some severe storms in the area, so I couldn't watch the Royals tonight. All right, guys, a little bit of a recap. 15 minutes left of the severe thunderstorm warning for really for Pettis County. Warrensburg, you're pretty much out of any kind of severe threat right now. You're getting some torrential rains at Nod Noster. You're getting some lightning, but for the most part, the worst part of the storm is to your south and to your east now. So really just for Pettis County, I'd say they probably have a pretty good pocket of winds coming in there. right in this area right here. So the strongest part of this cell right now of this line is kind of in between Marshall and Hewsonia along 65 highway, almost running parallel with 65. So, and again, Warrensburg, Johnson County, you guys are pretty much done with the severe threat for tonight. Thanks for the kind words, Sherry. My pleasure. Oh, I'm excited too, Rose. Being full time, and because I'm telling you, my stress level was, you guys just don't understand what my stress level was when I'd be at my day job, be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm working. I'm getting the farmers out into the fields, and we get a severe storm warning here in West Central Missouri. People, my phone's blowing up. People asking me questions. That's the reason I don't have any fingernails left on my hands. So hopefully they're going to be able to grow back now. Monroe City. Hi, Jay. Monroe City. Let me think here. That's over by Hannibal, isn't it? Aha! There she is. Yeah, you actually have probably the strongest part of the line, the far northern side, that's going to be coming in there probably within the hour. So strong straight line winds. There's nothing destructive that's showing a tag on these thunderstorms. So up to 60 mile per hour. But yeah, if you have family over there, you might give them a heads up. It's 10:30. I don't know if it's really necessarily worth waking them up, but if they're still up, you might give them a heads up that they have some strong winds possible and some torrential rains coming in through that area here within the next hour. Still, just a ton of damage reports, power outages, all up in northwest and west central Missouri, up in Jackson County, Lafayette County. So these are the kind of storm systems that we expect this time of year, as we're at the beginning of summer, but it seems like we've been in summer now for 3 months. We kind of move away from those discrete thunderstorms with possibility of tornadoes to more of a linear mode type of thunderstorm, a line of storms, or a lot of meteorologists actually call this time of year during the summer, they call it MCS time frame. And an MCS, you've heard me say that several times here in our live streams, that MCS stands for a mesoscale convective system. Big fancy word, and all that means is a big cluster of thunderstorms all together. That's what an MCS is. And that's typically what we get this time of year. As we get warmer, we get a front come through. Most of the thunderstorm types are going to be linear. That doesn't mean that we can't get some tornadoes, but you guys know as well as anybody, especially this year, that tornadoes can form along a line of storms. So that can still happen. But these are the kind of storm systems we can expect as we go through the summer months. No, I tell you what, Sandra, at her age now, she hits the weather radio like a snooze. She hears that sucker going off and she just snoozes it. Now my might be the one running to the basement, but she just wants her beauty rest. That's all she wants. All right, so 9 more minutes. 9 more minutes we have left on this severe thunderstorm warning here for, we're going to call it for Pettis County. Johnson County, you're still in the polygon, but I can tell you, you just got some light rain going on from Knob-Noster over to Warrensburg down to about Windsor. So this little area along 65 Highway, T-ville, Hughesville, Georgetown, Dresden, maybe some gusty winds up to 45 miles per hour. So let's take a quick look here real quick. So we can do that here with Radar Omega. We're going to take a look at day 2. So right now, Sandra, if you're still watching, this yellow line right here that you see, that's a slight risk for severe storms. You guys are kind of right in the middle down there in Springfield. So definitely stay weather aware tomorrow afternoon. This will likely expand a little bit, possibly even enhance just a little bit. Kind of, you guys didn't get any rain tonight. You're going to stay warm. Warm day tomorrow. And then maybe tomorrow afternoon you get hit with some severe thunderstorms similar to what we're going through tonight, with some very strong straight line winds being the biggest threat with any of these thunderstorms. And then, of course, once we, most of West Central Missouri, we're going to be in that marginal risk. And then let's go back over and we'll go for Thursday. And, of course, very, very large area from Kansas City down to Springfield to Tulsa and everything in between under the gun for severe thunderstorms on 4th of July. Well, right now it's going to stay to the south of you, sis. You bet, Sandra. Good talking with you. It's been a while. We're going to go ahead and stay with this stream guide for about another 6 more minutes. They will likely go ahead and allow this severe thunderstorm warning to reach its maturity and expire. And at that time, I do not forecast any more severe weather here in West Central Missouri. Don't be alarmed if you hear a clap of thunder, maybe some moderate rain shower, as there are some still out there. But right now, the atmosphere is stabilized enough. I don't think we have to worry about severe weather. But I'm going to continue to keep my eyes on radar for the next couple hours. And of course, I'll go live again if there happens to be anything pop up here in West Central Missouri overnight tonight, tomorrow morning. And then I'll give a full update tomorrow morning on KDKD as well as Subby's Weather Talk for what we can expect for tomorrow afternoon. Hi, Austin. Yeah, we didn't. I got 0-0 in the rain gauge right here. So the only thing I'm looking at, there are a couple little showers popping up here just to the northeast of Clinton. So maybe something will pop up, get a little rain shower, maybe cool it down a little bit. That'd be nice. Man, it was hot today. It was just like a sauna outside. Hardly any air moving. Dew points was like 78 degrees today. I mean, the average dew point at the equator is like 74. So I mean, we were literally hotter than the equator today. I called my dad up tonight and he didn't answer, and he called me back later on. He goes, "Hey, did you call me?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I wish you were home." And he said, "Well, how come?" And I said, "Man, it was hot today." He goes, "Heck yeah, it was hot today." I said, "It was so hot, I was driving down Ohio Street. I looked out in your front yard, and I seen a robin blowing on a worm before it ate it. Now that's hot. That's hot." Hey, Lundy. Good to have you, brother. It's we're just about done with the severe threat tonight. So we've got a little bit left here in Pettis County. Does not look like there's much of the way of wind left in Pettis County. So I have a feeling this is going to be allowed to expire. They might issue another one for up here near Marshall, as there are a couple little pockets that look like could be up to maybe 60 miles per hour from Slater to Marshall over to Nelson. But we will likely end the live stream when this severe thunderstorm warning goes off the board. And I'm not expecting any more severe weather the rest of the night. I'll be keeping a watch on it, though, and update our Facebook group. Oh, Alan. No, Destiny. You don't have to worry about anything there in Sedalia. Don't have to worry about anything in Sedalia. And again, the tornado threat was at early on up in northwest Missouri along the front. There was some a small threat for severe weather. Um, or I'm sorry, for tornadic supercells. But this time of night, we are just concerned with straight line winds right now. So, and of course, what they done right up here where that pocket of winds up here near Marshall and Slater, they did go ahead and include the northern part of Pettis County included in that. That's really borderline. I don't think there's don't have to worry about much more than a 50 mile per hour gust in Pettis County. But they went ahead and issued another severe thunderstorm warning just for the northern half of Pettis County. Does not include the towns of Sedalia. It's going to be mainly the rural areas, and really Hughesville, Lamont, Houstonia. You guys are in a polygon, but the worst of it's already past you. This is going to be in Pettis County for Pilot Grove, Funston, Prairie Home, Wooldridge, Windsor Place, up to Boonville, Blackwater along I-70. So mainly rural areas of northern Pettis County. Hey, thanks, TJ. Glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. And again, this we cover here. We cover about the 8 counties surrounding Henry County, and of course that's going to be Cass and Johnson, Pettis, Benton, Henry, Bates, Vernon, and St. Clair counties. So we cover that area. We go live over at 95.3. If you're in your vehicle driving, you can rest assured Clay will be going live when there's warnings in our area as well. And then if you want a live look, a visual representation of what's going on, you can check out the streams on Subby's Weather Talk on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. You can also catch it on 95.3 Facebook page. And coming soon, probably likely tomorrow, we will also be broadcasting on some of 95.3 social media platforms such as Twitter and others. So the more streams that we have information going out there, the more radio stations that has these warnings going out to people, the more informed and protected they'll be here in West Central Missouri. And that is our goal. Hey Drake, Henry County, we're just gonna get some thunder showers tonight. We're not gonna have probably a threat of any severe storms tonight or tomorrow morning, but we do have a chance to see some severe weather tomorrow afternoon, likely sometime after the 3 o'clock time frame. So what we are going to do, we are going to go ahead and we're going to keep watch on this here for those that might be viewing here in northern part of Pettis County. We're going to go ahead and wait till let's get this line go through the northern part of Pettis County, and then we'll go ahead and end the live stream for the night. And we will. That'll give me a little bit of time. I'll check the models. I'll check the data to where we'll have a good full update tomorrow morning early on what we can expect for the day tomorrow. Well, hi, John. Hey, that's awesome. Or I guess you're Kevin. You're Kevin Martin from Brinkley, Arkansas. Hey, man, that's great to have you. Great to have you. And I tell you, we if there's severe storms down here in Arkansas, it's not like we totally ignore them. We're more West Central Missouri, really from Kansas City, Springfield. We're kind of in that block. We're kind of in between the forecast centers of Kansas City and Springfield. So our primary focus is on West Central Missouri. But that's going to change. So if you would go ahead and follow the page, because I'm working on something here in the next few months, next couple months, where we're going to have a page dedicated to the Midwest that's going to include Arkansas. It's going to include Kansas, Missouri. So we have so many family and friends that live outside of West Central Missouri. We kind of want to stay in the know of everything that's going on. So that's my goal, is to be able to have a place where you can go find Midwest weather, where we do live streams. You get all the warnings and updates immediately, and then also have our little West Central Missouri group that we can look out for one another and be more localized here in West Central Missouri. So that's all coming down the hatch here in the next couple months. All right, guys. So again, we got another 54 minutes left for this severe thunderstorm warning, and it's just for really northeastern Pettis County, and then of course along I-70 and north up towards Boonville, Fayette, Glasgow, Higbee, and eventually over toward the Columbia Way along I-70. But we're just going to kind of watch the rest of this line get through Pettis County, and then we'll likely go ahead and end the live stream for the night. Very electrified. This what's left of this line. You notice all those lightning strikes all the way through here. So very electrified, really noisy as this line continues to push off to the east. And we got a couple thunderstorms over here near Lee Summit, Belton. Nothing severe. Not expecting any more severe weather in west central Missouri. Just some rain showers, maybe some thunder showers. Take a look at how much rain had fallen. So, looks like Harrisonville, south of Harrisonville, they got up a couple inches of rainfall all the way over to into Johnson County. So between 1.5 and 2 inches of rain had fallen in those areas. And then we get up way up here in northern Missouri. You're looking at 3 to 4 inches up near Chillicothe, Brookfield, Marceline, on down through Cameron and St. Joe. So, of course, a lot of that water is going to be moving south along the Grand River into Big Creek here in Henry County. So even though we didn't get any rain here, we're likely going to feel the effects of some of this rainfall that they've had up north as it comes down the creeks and the streams into the rivers that flow through Henry County. Take a look at these winds here real quick. So yeah, it looks like right now those are the strongest winds associated with this line of thunderstorms right now. So definitely maybe a pocket or two of 60-mile-per-hour winds, but for the most part, 45 to 55 mile an hour gusts with an occasional gust up to 60 in this area. Blackwater, Nelson, Arrow Rock, really north of I-70. Here in Pettis County, not seeing hardly anything really of concern left here in Pettis County. Yeah, make sure you guys like the page, subscribe. You'll get notifications. You'll get notifications to whenever I go live on YouTube. Follow the page. You'll get notification on Facebook. So make sure you guys do that. We do also have we have ways where you can You can actually donate to the room for different services as well. So you can send super chats. You can help support the page and the channel by giving stars in our Facebook group. So I encourage you guys, and the stars, they're like a penny a piece, but if we get enough people sit there and donate 20 cents to the room, something like that, that can, I use that to go toward internet fees or whatever the case may be. So I thank everybody in advance for helping out the room and the channel. And again, along and just north of I-70, getting up there to the 50, 60 mile per hour range up here north of I-70, Marshall, Arrow Rock, Nelson, Pilot Grove. Maybe even down here. Now this is relatively rural area of Pettis County, but down here along Longwood, Postal, maybe some 55-mile-an-hour gusts in this area as well. So it's just about out of Pettis County. Hey, Matt, you bet, buddy. Have a good night. Hey, guys, make sure you're checking out also 95.3. Make sure you can download the Radford Media app, Apple, Android. You can listen to the streams on the app wherever you go, on your phone, in your car, on your tablet. And then, of course, make sure you like and follow the 95.3 KDKD and 104.9 The Biz. Make sure you like their Facebook pages as well. So we're going to be having a lot of things rolling out here over the next few months to kind of help keep West Central Missouri informed and protected. That's what we do here and what we have been doing here over the last few years. Well, Drake, I don't know how many times you're going to tell me the Nader Boys were live. I have their stream up on another page, but I understand that. Hasn't been much more of an update on this line of storms from the National Weather Service. I think they're too busy right now with all of the damage reports, wind damage reports up there in Clay, Jackson, Lafayette counties, where they had 70 to 90 mile per hour winds go through that area. So they'll probably be hashing out a lot of damage reports here over the next couple days. Maybe a little bit of pea-sized hail coming through Sedalia. Nothing too alarming, but don't be surprised if you hear a little pieces of ice hitting your siding. It does not very impressive. It's small, but there could be some small hail associated with some heavy rain coming down in Sedalia and along Highway 65. All right, guys. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I just checked with National Weather Service. They had a couple reports of 30 mile per hour wind gusts here in Pettis County. Maybe some small hail falling out of that cell there that is extending down towards Sedalia. It's likely going to be going down 65, and again, might have a few thunder showers throughout the night. Maybe a rumble of thunder, as there are several thunderstorms that are out there. But again, the atmosphere is stabilizing, not expecting much of the way of any more severe weather the rest of the night. I am going to go ahead and end my stream for the night, as these storms are pretty much out of west central Missouri. And again, Pettis County, just some moderate rainfall, maybe some small hail near Sedalia. But right now, there's nothing severe that's going on in Pettis County. Everything is well to the north. So we're going to go ahead and end this stream. I'm going to sit there and take a look at all the newest data. There's going to be another round of data that'll be coming in here in about 57 minutes, around midnight. So I'll be taking a look at that, and I will update everybody first thing in the morning what we can expect for tomorrow and tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night, we will get together tomorrow night, and we will talk about 4th of July forecast, as that's likely going to be our best chance to see maybe even some widespread severe weather here in west central Missouri. So I'm keeping a very close eye on that. You bet, Jessica. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to shoot them over there to chat. Send it to us on 95.3. You can send it to me on Subby's Weather Talk. And I'll be down at the station tomorrow to answer all your questions. Have a great night, everybody.